Hey glorious gamers, Derek here with 419 Games. You ever find yourself in your small 1x1, nothing left in the stash, just wondering where it all went wrong, and why your neighbors around you seem so much cooler, and they're able to take you down so quickly? Well, I have the answer for you, and it's not sitting here next to this sad campfire. The answer is electricity. There's a lot of these videos out there that are talking about all the cool stuff that you can do with the electricity, making clocks, going over all the different components. This video is going to be a little bit different. This one's going to focus on going and using electricity in a PvP element. Alright, quick review of the basics. A couple different power sources. This one's set up with solar panels. Keeping in mind that the best way to position these guys is going to be to the east and to the west. Sun rising, sun setting. That much should be obvious. Get two of them if you're going to be going this route. You're going to need one of these root combiners though, so then you can take both of these power sources and combine them into one source leading out. Most of the time you're going to want to take these guys and hook them up to one of these batteries. You got your large battery, you got your small battery. Large is where it's going to be happening at. If all you got is this small guy, then all you got is this small guy, and you're going to have to figure out how to make it work. This guy can output a lot more power though than what this guy can. Here we're at the root combiner, switch to a simple light. Hello world. Alright, our second source, the wind turbine. This generates constant power, and this time I'll hook this guy up to a battery. Now height, not positive if this makes a difference or not. I kind of feel like it does. I haven't done enough testing out to see if it actually does. Maybe Google? Maybe test it out yourself? I don't know. Let's get back to what's fun. So that guy's going to come down, come right into this large battery this time. You can see we're getting 69 out of this. We're getting 69 out of this wind turbine coming this way to our large battery. And you can see how much we have our charge left of 2 minutes and 42 seconds, which keeps going up because this guy is not outputting anything. He's going to a dead switch. Anytime that you're using a battery, hook it directly up to a switch, because if this is feeding any type of component that's hot or live, you will be draining this battery. So let's show you guys. Hello world again. And finally we have the generator, but this guy is what you want to get. Silent and powerful. This guy can get hidden inside your base. You don't have the big tall windmill shooting up. You don't have to worry about solar panels. You don't have to worry about any of these shadows blocking this, which completely turns it off. And what you get here, it's a whopping 100 coming out of this guy feeding this small battery. Now this is what I was talking about. This guy is your bottleneck, because no matter what, they're only gonna be putting out 10. Oh yeah. Hello world. Now the other thing you can do is daisy chain these guys together. That's going to give you a little bit more time for the capacity of what these will hold. But no matter what, you're still only getting 10 out of them. In a pinch, they're going to do, but they're not going to be able to handle what we want them to handle. Alright, down to the fun stuff. We got a basic 2x2, TC, storage chest, sleeping bag, and all these setups I'm going to be going with a generator to a normal switch. This is my on and off for the power sources leading to everything else. So what we're going to do is set it up so we can have lights inside of our base, so we're not worried about when it hits nighttime and us having to have a couple campfires going on. What I like to do is set up a switch to right when I get inside I can flick it on and I have lights on. I also want an emergency kill switch though back here, so I'm not fully lit up in the event that I'm getting raided. This door pops open, they start coming in, I want to be in darkness if it's nighttime so they can't see me. To do that, we're going to need a switch for our first set of lights. This is going to be our kill switch over here. Our next switch is going to go right next to the door. Then we're going to need a couple of these branches. I like the branches a lot. I know there's a splitter on here and you can have one source of power going into it, which then branches out to 3. What I don't like is that it divvies it out equally. With these branches, you can say exactly how much you want coming off of a certain line to feed certain components. And I'll show you once we start getting into this application of it. So let's go ahead and set our first switch. We're standing here, door pops. Let's put our first switch right over here. Next switch to turn on the lights when we come home, we're going to be right here. To be able to have these two switches controlling the same amount of lights, we got to look at this guy over here, the XOR switch. This guy is set up that as long as it receives a single source of power, it'll then output it. But if both power switches are turned on, no output comes out of it. So 1 on, yes lights. 2 on, no lights. Let's get these lights set up. I'll show you how we wire this guy up. So first thing that we're going to want to do is start a branch going off from here to then feed this guy. Because I don't want to ever pigeonhole myself into this light switch is only controlling these lights, and I have to feed off from the lights and yada yada yada. So let's put our branch right here. And we're going to take our wiring and pop it in the bottom of this guy. So there's our power in. Now we're going to want to branch out, because this power out, we can't control how much is coming out of there. That's our main line. But we'll take this guy, we'll branch him over here to our first switch, which then we'll take this switch and hook it up to that gate here in just a second. But now that's getting power. Our next one needs to feed that switch over there, which will then come up here again to a second branch. This power out is giving all the power that we have. Remember, that's our main line. But now we want to branch it out to that switch. There. Now, these guys have to go to the gate. This gate is what's going to then control these lights. So let's take our gate. Let's keep it out of the way. Let's just put it right here. So the first output from our switch is going to go either in A or into B over here. Now this switch needs to go into the other input on this XOR gate. Take this guy. That bugs me how that's not straight, but it's gonna have to do. We turn the power on from our generator. Now remember, 1 on, we're good to go. Both on, we're not good to go. You see coming out of here, red no good, green good. So let's kill both of these real quick. Let's wire up this gate into these lights. What's really nice about these lights too is that they have power in, but then they have pass through, so you can complete a full circuit of just wiring up these lights. They don't have to keep coming from different sources. Then our pass through. Alright, let's try this thing out. So power on from our generator, feeding our main feed here. These guys you can look at and configure. So they default at 2, like you see. This may or may not be enough power to turn on these lights. So we got 1 light on. You can see the rest of the power line, it's just not enough. So I always start off with just the default, and then I'll keep increasing it to see how much comes on. 3 still not good enough. Take it to 4. You can hear the ting of the next light come on. Let's go to 6 this time. Looks like we got 3 out of our 4. Let's hit to the 7. So what I'm doing right now is I only want just enough branched out to power this whole circuit. If I need to come off of this line and start doing a little bit more of anything else, I want that extra power there to feed it. I don't want to be wasting power. So 6, was that 6? 8. 8 is our magic number. That means this other branch right here also has to get 8, because that's what's powering up our other switch. So let's keep that guy off. Come back from our base, we switch on our lights, everything's good to go. Nighttime comes, we start getting raided. We're waiting at the door to get blown. Come over here, we kill our lights. We are now in darkness. So why wait until we're actually getting raided and they bust through our door before we can start doing something about it? Alright, let's take this up a notch a little bit. We're gonna have fun with the door controller right now. These door controllers can open up any type of the doors. You can also open up ladder hatches. Now if you try to open it up on a ladder hatch, make sure you have your ladder hatch open, and then place this guy and pair him up. We're going to take this guy, put him right next to our door. These will not pair unless the door is unlocked though. Now she's paired up, we can relock it, we're good to go. Let's wire this guy up real quick. We have our main line coming out here, right? And now we're going to be powering up another source. So let's put another branch over here. Now you can have these guys in a big, nice, long configuration right here, which definitely looks a lot prettier. You know what? Let's start doing that. Let's make this look nice. So we got our power out going into the bottom of the branch, just like what we did before. Now we're going to branch out to another switch, which again, being right here on a nice clean wall, so it's easier to see, but also we can start turning this into like our command station for all of our switches. We're going to take this guy, put him right here for right now, and we're going to branch power out to him. So now we got power to this switch, branching off from here. We can take this switch, follow it all the way along here. We'll stop out right there. Let's bring him across here. And all the way down to our door controller. So now, we hit the switch in here. That door opens. We hit the switch here, door closed. Green open, red closed. So why the heck would I want that? And through the magic of editing, this is why I'd want that. Our two new friends. Our two new friends right here. Ready to shoot anything that comes through that door. They have that door blown off, most likely. Now we have the power before they even reach our secondary airlock to say hello to them. Knock them down. Reshut our door. And we still are safe inside of here. If we wanted to, we could take this wall off and build a nice kill window room. Just like so. Goodbye, Raiders. Back to being safe. Now let's really start applying what we're learning here. So, we're here, ready for business. Go outside. Go through our airlocks. We open up this door. And we have a door camper. And we're down right here. They're on the other side of that door right now. Our front door is wide open. Now we have some nice switches here where you can control our inner and our outer doors for the airlocks. With our outer door open, this is still reading that it's closed, as in red. But that door is open. The switch isn't smart enough to know that. So when we flick it once, nothing's happening. I can show you by doing that. What we need to do is flick it once to the on position. And because we have our little friend in there, we can now do that and shut that front door. He is now trapped in our triangle airlock. And what we can do is say hello to him too. He's cleared out, threat is neutralized, we can go in there, get our body back. We can keep doing this all day with all of his friends. We are controlling the airlocks from a distance. That is the most important part. We don't have to engage the enemy. We can have the enemy come to us and then neutralize them out. So right there are some of the basic uses of electricity that's actually practical in a PvP server. Hopefully you guys found this video interesting and helpful. If it keeps you alive one day longer, then this video is paid off. Until next time, keep playing.